Hey everybody, it's Angie from Trips with Angie. Welcome to the Viking Venus, one of Viking's ocean ships. We'll start on deck 1. This is where the coffee shop is, as well as the lobby bar. This area is called the living room, and it is so comfortable. Lots of places to hang out in the evenings. It's also where guest services and the shore excursion crew are available, and you'll find piano and classical duo in the evenings. This is Manfredi's, the specialty Italian restaurant. This is included in your cruise fare, but you do need a reservation, and when you can make reservation depends on what kind of cabin you have, but you want to make it as soon as possible. My favorite dishes this cruise were the snail risotto and the ribeye. I love this steak. Chef's table is next door. This is the other specialty restaurant that's included. Again, you need those advanced reservations. This is a 5-course tasting menu with a wine pairing. This is not for picky eaters. You don't get to choose your meal. Heading on down deck 1, you'll find the beautiful jewelry shop and then the spa area. So this includes a hair salon, and you can also get manicures and pedicures for an extra charge, and then a large fitness area for the size of the ship. So they have a studio where you can take classes for an extra charge, or the weightlifting and cardio equipment. The weightlifting and the cardio equipment are included, so you don't have to pay extra to access the fitness center. Then you have your typical spa services for an extra charge, facials, massages, but you can access the thermal suite for free. So this is the women's locker room. You have water on tap. You have a cool machine that'll dry your swimsuit, a nice little seating area, a locker room. This is all included. You can come in and access a robe and sandals. There's a sauna within the women's and men's locker rooms, so separate, as well as a cold plunge pool. So after you sit in that hot sauna, you can come up these 4 little steps here and hop into this freezing plunge pool. Now there's a much larger shared thermal suite area. So this is both men and women, all genders, in this area, where you'll find very comfy chaise lounges, a warm pool. This is a thalassotherapy pool. You'll also have the steam room. So this is a nice size steam room, especially, for the size of the ship. You have those heated loungers where you can just relax. And then you also have a snow room. So after you get in the steam room or the sauna, you want to come in here and have a little snowball fight and cool off. Now we'll head up to deck 2. This is where you're going to find more seating just outside of the restaurant. So the restaurant is the main included restaurant. You do not need reservations here. You can just show up anytime. It's open for breakfast and dinner every day, and then lunch on sea days. You can request to have the same wait team or the same table, and they'll do their best to accommodate you. Also on deck 2, you're going to find the Viking Heritage Museum. All of the ships have this small little historic display about the Vikings, because Viking Cruises is a Norwegian company, and you'll have even more comfortable seating and chairs, and you can see that even goes up on deck 3. So if you want to listen to the classical duo or the piano player, you can find that here. They also have these gaming tables. So on our cruise, people were playing air hockey, they were playing poker, lots of things going on in those interactive tables. Now heading towards the theater, we're going to find Torshaven. This is the nightclub. It opened every night at 9 p.m. Great bartenders in here. And then the guitar player would play an early set, and then the band would come in for the late night set from sometimes like 10:30 till midnight. So that's a lot of fun here. They have the biggest selection of whiskeys and bourbons on board in Torshaven. And then there's just a look at the great band. Heading down the hall, you're going to find another souvenir shop. So that's going to be just down the hall from Torshaven if you want some of your Viking Norwegian souvenirs. And then you'll also find the theater here at the front of deck 2. And deck 2 is one of the rare decks that goes all the way around. So you can get your morning walk in here. The promenade will take you all the way around the ship. You can see here very early morning in Bergen. We had just pulled in, so I want to just give you a quick peek there, but this is where you're going to want to do your walking. Now onto the theater. So there were evening shows every night. There were also lectures every day. They can turn portions of the theater into a movie theater. They'll bring down a screen to section that area off. This is also where there was trivia on our sea days. The shows were a mix of singing and singing some greatest hits. The cruise director even had his own little spotlight show. And of course, there's a bar there at the theater. Now heading up to deck 7, this is the other main hangout deck. So you have the main pool with a hot tub. Now these are my favorite spots, these chaise loungers along the side. I love cozying up there. You'll also find the pool grill here with some seating for lunch available. Just a reminder that Viking does include wine and beer with their lunches and dinners and these wonderful views. Or you could also head back to the buffet if you wanted something different. That was open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And several of the dinners, they had these special themed feasts, basically. So this was a seafood feast night. So you see they have this gorgeous sushi being, made right there in front of you. The ahi tuna was absolutely amazing. Then they have large selections of other items, some American, some Asian, just a really good representation. Something is always carved to order. In this case, it was beef tenderloin. You can also find pizza during the lunch. This had lobster as part of the dinner, so that was very exciting. They also had crab legs and shrimp available as part of these seafood feasts. And after the ship, you have another pool and seating area. So there's a hot tub there and then an infinity edge pool. Now these were cold. The infinity edge was definitely a polar plunge. Now if you head up to deck 8, from there, you'll find even more deck space. When it is not raining, there is chairs out here. And then if you head up again, you'll be able to find the sports deck. So this is where you're going to find a shuffleboard, you'll find bocce ball, you'll find a ping pong table. And again, when it's not raining, there are additional seating areas up here with this absolutely gorgeous view heading out over the front of the ship. So beautiful for watching sailaways, especially if you're on a Caribbean itinerary or a warmer weather itinerary like the Mediterranean. These would all be uncovered and you'd have a great place to sit. There's also a small putting green you can see here if you need to keep up on your golf, and then more shuffleboard. So just a quick note, you might hear a little noise on those deck 8 cabins below. Via deck 8, you can also access the top of the Explorer's Lounge. And again, this just has that really cozy living room feel, lots of different seating options. If you need to do a little work or correspondence, they have this gorgeous seating area with a desk with some mementos and historic artifacts underneath it. And then you can head down to the deck 7 portion. Now, these seats go so fast if there's a scenic sail away. We know people who are saving their seats starting at 4 p.m. for a 6 p.m. sail away. So you'll want to get there early. There is live music here some evenings. There's a bar available. And then just around the corner is the seating for Mamson's, which is kind of like their deli. It's not open all the time, but it does have some hours available for breakfast and lunch, maybe an afternoon snack during your cruise. But you don't want to miss the waffles. The waffles are the best part of Mamson's. This is where it would be. It wasn't open. Now, if you continue to head back to the pool area on deck 7, just behind the pool is a winter garden. This is where they host the afternoon tea. Don't miss this. The sandwiches are adorable. There's scones and there is loose leaf tea. But thing I love most about Viking Ocean cruises are the itineraries. They take you to some of the most beautiful places on earth. This is on our Norway itinerary.